Hello, everybody. Oh, wow. Okay. All I can share is where I'm at now, and where I'm at now is not anywhere that I've ever been before. And that's really a lovely thing. Um, First off, I am no longer going to call this a mind training Zoom. I am correcting or redirecting. I'm not even correcting it. I'm redirecting my inner fixer. And mind training is basically telling myself that the mind needs to be trained. It doesn't. Your mind is perfect. I just forgot. So I'm giving up that whole term mind training. That's the first thing. No longer need that. I mean, where I'm finding myself is just like, it's in another dimension, okay? Because I really don't even see that any of you really exist, really. And the only one that does exist is my mind. And if you can even follow this with me, this whole movie was created in my mind for me, period. So I don't even know where this is ultimately going to go, other than I wanted to kind of let you in on, am I going to continue doing a Zoom? I don't know. Right now, nothing's going to change along that because I'm still waiting for guidance. But what I am getting, and this is all my listening, and if you get something from this, great. If you don't, that's fine too. I can no longer make myself wrong, period, for anything. And if I get any emails or messages from anyone that don't like it the way I'm doing it, that's okay. I don't make them wrong. It's okay. It's just me testing myself in this reality of one mind, mine. And am I going to continue to make myself wrong, or am I going to see myself as the healed mind of God that I am? And I mean, this is just wild. Where I find myself right now, I'm living in a spiritual community. I have really no interaction with anyone here other than I get in a communal bus a couple times a week to go to some store to pick up some food for whatever reason. But I don't feel a part of this community. And what I got in touch with a couple of days ago, and I go back to whatever that the chapter is called in A Course in Miracles, the silent vows or the secret vows. I had some kind of thought system that said if I don't belong to something, like if I'm not a part of something, if I don't have an identity as a partner or as a family member or a community member, I was getting filled with guilt. And the reality is, I don't care anymore. And letting go of this last bastion of making myself wrong for not participating in the way that we are told to participate? I let myself off the hook. I let myself off the hook. And I'm no longer hooking myself. I can't. I just can't. I'm not finding myself there. And that's why, like I said, I don't know. Am I to do a Zoom? I don't know. It's a big question because none of you need me. I don't care what you say or what you think. None of you need me. Really. You're perfect. And stop thinking you're anything other than perfection. That's what I could tell you. Because I tell myself that all the time. And it's only when I make myself wrong for something. Oh, you should do it this way. Oh, and again, I live in a community. And there's not a thought that doesn't go by that I don't think, oh, I should participate more. I get it from the community when I go out. There's always new people in this community and they always, they introduce themselves and I say, hi, how are you? Who are you? I'm Calico. Oh, you're Calico. We never see you. You're right. You don't. Because I have nothing to share in community. I have nothing to share in a community. Because there's only my head. And that's completely bent on not destroying the perfection of who I am. So I'm not going to join in your conversations of how you can't sleep or your feet hurt or you need to go out and party on Christmas or all these thoughts. I'm not there. And I know even someone mentioned it in one of the Zooms. This is the first holiday I did nothing to celebrate the holiday. Nothing. Didn't even say Merry Christmas because I don't care. It's a calendar date. What does it mean? Am I supposed to get you something? Oh my God, then I'm wrong if I don't. Or if I do, it's not the right thing that I should have gotten you. I mean, it just gets me into a crazy place in my head. So this year I just let them slide by and I was never happier. Never happier. Birthdays, I do the same thing with birthdays. And believe me, in this community, every single day there's another birthday that we have to sing happy birthday for. And I'm done. I'm over it. I don't care. So you got another year on you. Are you happy? And if you're not happy, I don't want to hear about it. There's some line in the sand, and I don't even know if I can say that because I don't know what it is, but there's nothing to extend. And oh, this is going to sound completely heretical. I don't even buy into A Course in Miracles anymore. There's nothing for me to extend because you're perfect. And I can't give you that. Only you can give yourself that. And if you're judging yourself, all I can say about this, if you're judging yourself, you're punching your own face. Or if you're judging someone else, guess what? You're still punching your own face. Because there is no one else but your mind. Just like there's no collective mind. No collective mind. There's just my mind. And it's mine to just keep allowing to join in the joy of having a mind. It's not even about form. It's way beyond form. Because I'm not a form. I'm a mind. I'm a mind. And a lot of it is, and it's just, I keep forgiving myself if I see myself as form. I know I've said this before. One of the, and I haven't even done this, but I'll say it anyway. Of seeing myself as moving slowly. You know, if I had one judgment left, it's, God, Galgo, you're moving real slow. You know, it reminds me, I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Lucy. One of my favorite movies, I might say. And at one point, Lucy takes gets some drug into her system that expands her mind as everything else drops away. Okay, it's very Course in Miracles. And at some point, she's sitting in a chair and there's a scene in front of her, and the scene just rolls by very quickly. And she's just sitting there quietly in her chair, just not judging it, just being present to it. That's how I feel right now. The world is going by, and I don't care. I don't have to participate in it anymore. I don't have to, there's no, there's no, I don't have to show up for anybody, including myself, which is the only one I've ever needed to do it before. But, you know, this is, this is a full disclosure on the diary of a woman that has been bent on fixing and correcting stuff her whole life. I'm done. You don't need to be corrected nor fixed. And I'm, you know, I don't know how I can even better express that. You're perfect. And I just want you all to see your own perfection. And the way you can do that is to just observe when you're judging, because really, seriously, if you judge anything, yourself or another, or if you see someone that looks like they're judging yourself and then you judge them for judging themselves, you're slapping yourself in the face. You're taking a knife and sticking it in your abdomen and, you know, cutting out something. And all I can say is, don't hurt yourself anymore. You don't need to. That those times are over. You know, this came a couple of nights ago too. I mean, again, the downloads are profound. And I'm usually downloading from midnight till about 5 o'clock in the morning. And it's kind of like, you know, the way I have thought my whole life has been like taking two sticks to create fire. And I just got this awareness of, oh, I guess I can turn the heat on the wall. It's an old, antiquated way of thinking that I've been thinking. And I'm done. And then I will have him on again. I had a session with Matt Garrett. It was a joining, a pure joining. And one of the things that I talked to him about was how he's so young and thinks the way he does. He doesn't make himself wrong for anything. Nothing. Ever. But he doesn't judge anything either. And that's the new generation. You know, that's like upgrade your software, folks. Time to upgrade the software. The computer's crashing. And the only way it'll continue going is to upgrade the software. Quit making yourself wrong. If you're sick or in pain, stop it. Stop it now. You're not broken. You're not broken. And I can only extend that because I'm finally starting to see myself as not broken in any way. And for me, the gift was getting some kind of officials called doctors that said, oh, you're really broken. You're dying. And that was my wake-up call. And I'm so grateful for it because it was like the 1-2 punch. So I gave myself a 1-2 punch in my own face. It's like, what the hell? And we don't have to go that far. See, I think the end of all sickness, disease, and pain will come from seeing yourself as perfect. You can't have disease, sickness, or pain if you see yourself as perfect. If there's still something you need to correct in your thinking, you will see sickness, disease, and pain in you or someone else. And it's not necessary. Just is not necessary. And so on some level, Matt said this and I thought, oh yeah, this is exactly where I feel myself to be. I've been climbing this wall, and particularly in those that are around me right now, no one's bothering to climb the wall. Okay, so I'm the only one on this wall. So I can't share with them. It's like, well, I see a boulder right there and I'm going to grab for it and pull myself up. And they're going, what wall? We're not climbing any wall. Well, I've gotten to the point now on this wall, I've gotten to the rock and I'm pulling myself up above the wall. And I'm going, whoa, now what? And I don't know. I'm just listening for guidance at this point, or inspiration. And, Matt even asked me, well, why are you doing the Zoom? And that's the reason for this particular conversation with you, because I'm no longer going to see any of you as broken. I can't. And if you still see yourself as broken, I really suggest you do some serious prayer around it. I'm no longer going to go there with you. I can't. Because I don't know where I'm going. I don't know where I'm going. But it's beyond A Course in Miracles. And letting go of A Course in Miracles, I mean, it has been the guiding light for me for the past 30, 35 years. And it's no longer assisting me because it keeps telling me to extend, to extend. And I'm going, why am I extending? Because I think others are broken and that something I might say may be helpful to them? No, I'm not doing that. I am claiming my perfection. I love my mind. It's not even a form. I don't even have a form anymore. And you can call me anything. It doesn't really matter because that's not who I am. I am a mind. I am a loving thought in the mind of God. That's who I am. And I like it here. I like it here. And any separation like name, form, where I'm living, why I'm living, isn't cutting it anymore. Can't believe I'm even saying this. I mean, these are like the secret vow that the Course talks about. Don't go too far. Don't get too big. Don't get bigger than Jesus. The old I am. I'm done with I am this. I am Calico. I am. And I don't even have an I anymore, so I am. Just am. I'm downloading a much bigger app. And the app is founded on perfection only. No problems, no fixing, no correcting, no altering, no form, no have tos, no must do's, no need tos. I'm not a daughter. I'm not a woman. I'm not a partner. I'm nothing of those things. I don't need friends. This is where I've been for several days, and I've never been happier. I've never been happier. So with that being said, I'm going to turn off the recording and just, we'll see how things go. And again, I want you to use it wherever you find yourself. If there's something going on in your life that you don't like, well, put it on the altar and say, I'm putting this on the altar and I want to see this differently. I want those words coming out of your mouths. Because if you're just putting it on the altar and you don't want to see it differently, I don't want to hear it. Because you're perfect. So if you're putting a problem out there without asking to see it differently by Holy Spirit, that doesn't serve me. I don't know what serves me other than I like the joy of my perfection. And there's nothing for me to extend, fix, alter, mutilate, stamp. Those are the past beliefs that I felt were required of me to make me worthy of something. And I'm not even sure what I was looking to be worthy of, because I already was perfect. So it really is the final veil of seeing anything but my perfection feel like it's dropped. It's just dropped. And I'm so happy for it. So in that, I'm just going to end the recording and we'll just go into some silence. And if there's something on your heart and mind, say it, put it on the altar, but ask to see it differently from Holy Spirit. Because if you want help, that's the only help you're going to get from anybody. Doctors, lawyers, Indian chiefs, it doesn't matter. There are no gurus that are going to tell you this. You're on your own, baby. It's you and your mind. And I see your perfection. Okay, so